Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you on the road with the Seeds of Transformation from beautiful Friday Harbor, Washington, San Juan Islands. Um, I'm back on the back deck again. I had to wait for the sun to come up. I know a lot of you are waiting, like to get these early in the morning, but if I did them like the normal time I do them, it would be pitch black. So I'm going to try to get a couple of videos done around the town and around the area. So you can see some more sights as I go about the stars. It's just going to take a little planning on my part, and so that you will be able to see more spaces than this. But this isn't so bad, so I don't feel bad at all. All right, guys. Today is the 10th of October. It is a Sunday here in the States. If you're listening to this in Australia, you could actually be Monday already on the 11th. The moon is in Sag today. And of course, Sag has that adventurous spirit, very freedom loving, and actually in really nice sextile with Mercury, which is still retrograde, the Sun, and Mars, right? We just had that big pile up with Mars and Mercury and the Sun. And today, the moon in Sagittarius sextiles those. And so the lines of communication are open. And of course, the moon in Sag is very optimistic, sort of looking at the big picture, planning for the future. I have a really good friend who's a Sag, and she goes on vacations and then plans her next step in how she's going to take over the world, and not in a bad way, of course, in a good way. What direction she's going to take in her life next, and what's her next set of adventures and things. And so it's kind of that kind of day. And to a certain extent, there's a bit of a benefit today, which is going to maybe not feel like a benefit. And that's Saturn stationing direct, Saturn stations direct tonight on the East Coast at like 9:18 p.m. So I think here it's going to be right after midnight, if my math in my head is correct, which is always suspect. Um, but the heaviness of Saturn's actually standing still at this time, and has not quite decided to, or it's not quite time for it to like inch forward. And we are going to require to like finish all the things we haven't done, all the things we've sort of put off, and the responsibilities. That's what Saturn's about. And Saturn's also responsible, and Saturn Aquarius is also a responsibility to the collective. And so things are going to feel a little heavier until Saturn like really starts to move forward. And then things actually start to get done, structures start to happen. But it is a real challenge. There's this real sense of having to move forward into the future and still having all these little like pain in the butt, like old ways that are still sort of hanging on. Certainly you can see it in what's going on in the US Congress if you want to look there, but you can find it within your own life. Where are you still having trouble sort of moving forward on some of these things? But Saturn will help us eventually to move forward, and we're going to have to be responsible because Saturn is the Lord of karma, and as you sow, so shall you reap. And being the Lord of karma, as you sow, so shall you reap. If you've sown some bad seeds, those are going to come up. But if you've sown some good seeds, those are also going to come up. And so we could look at that through the lens of politics, perhaps, or not. But these kind of, I mean, politics is like a 10th house thing. It's the thing we can all see happening. So it's a great way to look at, um, and like line with what's happening in the stars. But that Saturn in Aquarius is going to require us to put on our big girl and big boy pants and learn how to live with each other. And with all of this sort of new moon, Libra energy, as we move into the last part of the year, we're going to really find out how much we're going to need to depend on one another. So be a good citizen, be a good person. And I think we're going to be just fine. So I'm going to leave you to this quiet, and I'm going to shut up so you can hear the sound of the waves. Much love, everyone. Have a great day, and namaste.